Hi students, this is KTK. For the new subscribers, let me introduce our channel. In our channel, we are going to solve mathematical problems lively which are prepared from outside of your textbook. I am sure that all these problems will be helpful to you while preparing for competitive Olympiad exams for the classes 6 to 10. If you are thorough with particular concept, you can pause the video and solve, play it and check your answer. We'll start our class now. Okay. Students, this is part 2 video of comparing quantities. If you missed part 1 video, check the link in description. Do watch it first and then continue here. We'll start the class now. Before solving objective problems, we will recall few formulas which will be helpful to do upcoming sums. So we know what is selling price and cost price. When selling price is greater than the cost price, it will lead us to get a profit which can be calculated by subtracting cost price from selling price. From profit we can find profit percentage, that is profit by CP into 100. In the similar way, selling price is less than cost price means it will lead us to get loss, and loss can be calculated by subtracting selling price from cost price. So whichever is greater, that one will come first. Then using loss we are going to get loss percentage. Loss percentage also can be calculated by loss by CP into 100. So remember, in both the cases the denominator is CP only. And how to find selling price or cost price when profit or loss percentage is directly given, that is profit percentage or loss percentage will be given directly. In that case we will be asked to find selling price or cost price. So here we are going to make use of 4 formulas: selling price with profit, selling price with loss, in the same way cost price with profit, cost price with loss. It's very easy to remember these formulas. I'll give you one shortcut. Just imagine profit is given here, so it's add. Here also profit, so add. Here it is loss means you are going to subtract. Here also loss means you are going to subtract. In both the cases, when selling price is to be found, this addition subtraction term will come to the numerator, whereas when cost price is to be calculated, this addition subtraction term will come to the denominator. So by this you can easily remember the formulas. Okay, so these are all the formulas based upon cost price and selling price, profit, loss. These formulas will be helpful to solve sums in the upcoming pages. So next we'll move on to next one. So here this is a very important formula on simple interest. So simple interest is PNR by 100. So here P stands for principal and N stands for number of years, R stands for rate of interest. So sometimes instead of this small n we can use capital T also, time. Okay, so then amount is nothing but the principal added with the simple interest, that is whatever the amount is given in the beginning, it is called as principal. After calculating simple interest, that can be added with its own principal, lead us to find the amount. In the same way, how to find principal or number of years or rate of interest when simple interest is given? So it's completely a reverse process. So in this case, you are just to move this 100 to left side. You are going to transform this 100 to left side. So what will happen? We can easily derive the formulas for P, N or separately. So when P is to be calculated, multiply simple interest with 100 divided by NR. In the same way, next N is nothing but 100 into simple interest by PR, and then rate of interest to be calculated means 100 into SI by PN. That is whatever the term is missing here, that will move to the left side. So P is here means NR will be here, N is on left side means PR will be on right side, or R is on left side means PN. So using these formulas we can find the values of principal or number of years or rate of interest separately. Now it's time to move to our objectives. Now first question: what is the cost price of an article which is sold at a loss of 25% for rupees 150? The options are 125, 175, 200, 225. So whenever these kind of questions are given, you must be very careful in two things. One is what they gave in the question, and another one what we need to find. Okay, we'll start solving now. Given selling price is given, so selling price is rupees 250 and then loss percentage is 25%. So make sure that loss is not given in terms of amount, loss is given in terms of percentage only. Okay, so selling price is 150, loss percentage is 25 percentage. So what we need to find? We need to find cost price. Just now we recall the formula. What is the formula for finding CP directly using loss percentage? 100 by 100 minus loss percentage into SP. I told you the shortcut method to remember the formula. When CP is asked, the term will come to the denominator, and when it is loss, we need to subtract. Okay, now that's all. We got the formula, we got the values. Substitute, you can get the answer directly. So 100 minus 125 into 150. So what will get now? 100 by 75 into 150. You can cancel this. You can cancel the numbers. 75 and 150 is exactly how many times? Exactly 2 times. Therefore, your answer is 200. It's a very simple question. Once you identified what we need to find, using the formula, substituting the given values correctly, after cancellation, we got the answer cost price equal to 200. Now second question, a bag contains 50 paise, 25 paise, 10 paise coins in the ratio 3:7:4 amounting to rupees 365. Find the total number of coins. Actually this question is based upon linear equation only. Since the question involves a ratio, we are going to solve under the concept of comparing quantities. So I hope you can understand the question. A bag contains 50 paise coins, 25 paise coins and 10 paise coins. They are in the ratio 3:7:4. The total amount of that bag is 365. That is the bag's quality, it contains 365 rupees. Okay, now the question is totally how many coins are there. Okay, I am going to assume that coins as X now. So remember, this 50 paise is nothing but 3 part. Okay, ratio is nothing but part. Again 25 paise is 7 part, 10 paise is 4 part. So totally how many part are there? 3, 7, 4. So 3 plus 7 plus 4, 14 part. So if I am assuming the coins as X means, then 50 paise coins will be 3 out of 14 X. That is, out of 14 part, 3 part is 50 paise coins. Therefore in the same way, 25 paise coins will be 7 by 14x. Then 10 paise coins will be 4 by 14x. Now tell me, when I am adding all these, what would be the amount? When I am adding all these, the amount will be, that is 50 into 50 paise. So 50 into 3x by 14 plus 25 into 7x by 14 plus 10 into 4x by 14 is nothing but 36,500. How comes this 36,500? Question they gave rupees 365 only, no? Yes, 365 into 100, because here the coins are given in terms of paise and the amount is given in terms of rupees. So listen carefully, 1 rupee is how many paise? 100 paise. So 365 rupees can be written as 36,500. I am multiplying the rupees into 100. Now if we solve this equation, we will get the answer now. It's very easy because all the denominators are 14. So just multiply the terms one by one. 50 into 3, 150x. Second term is 25 into 7, 175x. Third term is 10 into 4, 40x is equal to 36,500. Now you can add all the numerators. Since the denominators are same, directly you can add all the numerators. When I am adding all the numerators, I am getting 365x by 14, which is equal to 36,500. Now keep only x on the left side. Transform this 365 by 14 to right side. So it will be reciprocal, 14 by 365. Now you can cancel 365 with 36,500. How much you will get? 100 will be here. So 100 into 14, your final answer is 1400. So therefore the bag contains 1400 coins. So this is how, with the help of linear equations, we are solving these kind of sums. So make sure that the coins are converting into, that is the paise are converting into rupees in this step. Okay, we'll move on to the third question now. It's question number 3 now. If selling price of an article is 3/2 of its cost price, then the profit percent in the transaction is. In this case, neither selling price nor cost price is given. They gave only clue is selling price is 3 by 2 of its cost price. Let's check the options given there: 60, 50, 10 and 30 percentage. Since cost price is not given, I am going to assume it as X. If cost price is X, then selling price will be 3 by 2x. So selling price is greater than the cost price. It's a profit now. In questions also they gave profit percentage only, so it's obviously it's going to be profit. So profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. 3 by 2x minus x. You can cross multiply and solve this. 3x minus 2x by 2, which implies of x, that is 1 by 2x. So profit is 1 by 2x. What they are asking in the question? They are asking profit percentage. So profit percentage, we know the formula, profit by CP into 100. So substitute the values here. Profit is 1 by 2x, cost price is, as we assumed, it is x, multiply with 100. Now in this case it's a very simple one. You can cancel x and x, then cancel 2 with 100. So how many times? Half of 100 is, we know it is 50. Therefore your answer is 50 percentage. So answer for the third question is 50 percentage. Now we'll move on to the next question. Question number 4. A man buys 10 articles for rupees 8 and sells them at the rate of rupees 1.25 per article. Is gain percentage? So maximum these kind of questions they are asking directly whether it is a gain percentage or loss percentage. We don't need to find that transaction. So here they gave gain percentage to be found by us. 20%, 50, 19 and off, 56, 1 by 4 is in. This question also seems very interesting now. So remember what they gave, what we need to find. So given cost price is rupees 8. So listen here, a man buys 10 articles for rupees 8. So no need to multiply 10 into 8, 80. 10 articles, the amount cost price is rupees 8. And then selling price alone they gave 1.25 per article. 1.25 per article. So selling price will be 1.25 into 10 articles. So again saying cost price rupees 8 directly it should come, whereas selling price they gave the amount of each article only. So 1.25 into 10 is nothing but rupees 12.50. So selling price is greater than cost price. Now what is the profit? 4.5 rupees we got profit. We need to find percentage now. So profit percentage formula is profit by CP into 100. Substitute the values. 4.5 by 8 into 100. Now 4.5 can be written as 45 by 10, right? Therefore it becomes 45 by 80 into 100. You can cancel the numbers. After cancellations you will get 225 by 4. I will do the cancellation now. The cancellation can be done like this. So 0 0 you can cancel, 10 and 8 you can cancel in 2 table. So that what you will get now, 5 times and 4 times. So 45 into 5 you will have 225. So 225 by 4. So when you are converting this as a mixed fraction, your answer will be 56 1 by 4 percentage. So after cancellation we are getting a improper fraction there. That improper fraction can be converted as a mixed fraction, so that your answer for fourth question is 56 1 by 4 percentage. We'll move on to the next question now. Question number 5. Find the simple interest on rupees 68,000 at 16.2 by 3% PA. PA means what? Per annum for 9 months. For 9 months. So direct question only. They are asking simple interest. They gave the values, that is principal value, rate of interest, n duration they gave, but the values are given little bit different. I am not saying this question is difficult, but it is different. Let's check the options they gave. 8,300, 8,400, 8,500, 8,600. Okay, so first thing you need to find what is given in the question. What are the values they gave in the question? Principal value 68,000, and then n means what? Number of year. So here they gave month only. So 9 month. How can you represent 9 month in terms of year? it will be 9 by 12. 9 by 12 is nothing but 3/4 of the years. So 3 by 4 year. Then R is given in terms of mixed fraction, 16 2 by 3 percentage. This 16 2 by 3 is a mixed fraction. Here itself you can directly convert into improper. So 50 by 3 percentage. So no need to substitute directly in the formula. Before substituting in the formula itself, it's better to convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. 3 16s are 48. 48 plus 2 is 50. So 50 by 3 percentage. So now we got all the values, p value, n value, r value. Now it's time to substitute in the formula. What is the formula for simple interest? PNR by 100. So substitute all the values there. P value 68,000, n value 3 by 4. The 3 by 4, 3 I am writing in numerator and 4 comes to denominator. So here itself directly I am writing in terms of fraction. So similarly r value is 3 by 4, 3, that is 50 by 3. So 50 comes in the numerator, 3 comes in the denominator. Now directly you can cancel these fractions. How to cancel the fractions now? You can cancel 2 zeros and 2 zeros here, and you can cancel 3 and 3 here, and you can cancel 4 with 680. So how many times? 1 4s are 4, here it remains 2, so 70. So 170 will be there. Okay, so 170 into 50, 170 into 50, your answer will be, that is 17 5s are 85, 2 zeros will come there. So 8500. So answer for your fifth question is 8500. Now it's question number 6. What is the rate of simple interest at which rupees 14,000 gives interest of rupees 1960 in 2 years? So this is indirect question. In this case they give principal value, interest value and years. We are asked to find rate of simple interest. So what are the values given there in the question? Principal value is 14,000, then simple interest is 1960, then n duration is 2 years. We need to find r value. So we know how to find r value. R value, the formula is 100 into simple interest divided by product of principal and number of year. So directly you can substitute the values. 100 into simple interest is 1960 by principal value 14,000 into 2. You can cancel the numbers now. It's very easy cancellation. So 2 zeros got cancelled, and here also you can cancel this last 1 0 with 1 0. So we know that 14 14s are 196. 14 14s are 196. So now you can cancel again this 14 with the 2. Your answer will be 7. Therefore the answer for your sixth question is 7%. So after cancellations you are going to write down the remaining number. So we left only with the 7 there. So 7% is your answer for sixth question. We'll move on to the seventh one now. A sum of money triples itself 3 times at 8% per annum over a certain time. Find the number of years. A sum of money, we don't know what amount is given, but that amount gets triples. If it is 10 rupees means it becomes 30. If it is 100 rupees means it becomes 300. So this is how they gave. With rate of interest is 8% over a certain time. Find number of years. The options are given like 25 years, 15 years, 20 years and 10 years. So what I am going to do now, it's very simple. I am going to assume that principal as P. You can use X also, no problem. If principal becomes P means, then what about its amount? Amount becomes 3P, because in question they gave 3 times, it triples. Okay, so principal value P, amount value 3P. Then what about simple interest? It's very easy. We know that simple interest is the difference between amount and principal. When you are subtracting principal from simple amount, you will get simple interest there. Therefore your simple interest becomes 2P. 3P minus P, 2P. So we got the value of simple interest now. Rate of percentage is also given. With this we are going to find number of years. So rate of interest is 8%. So we are going to find n value. N value, we know the formula, 100 into SI by PR. So 100 into 2P, simple interest is 2P by principal value P into R value 8. You can directly cancel the numbers. P value got cancelled. Then 2, 8, how many times? 4 times, then you can cancel 4 with 100. 100, how many 4s are there? 25 times. Therefore your answer for 7th question is 25 years. So directly we can find after the cancellations. So make sure that these kind of questions, they didn't give any principal value or amount value. They gave only clue is amount becomes 3 times of its principal, so that I am assuming it as P. You can use X also. If you are assuming it this as X, means principal value X, amount value will be 3X, then simple interest will be 2X. You can use any variable, but make sure you need to substitute in the right formula with correct cancellations. So answer for your 7th question is 25 years. We'll move to the next one. Now it's question number 8. A certain sum of money amounts to 6,372 in 3 years at 6%. Find the principal. So this time they give directly amount and number of years, rate of percentage. With the help of these 3 values, we need to find principal. The options are given like these 4 options. Let us check. So first, just to take and write whatever the details they gave in the question. So amount value 6,372, and then number of years 3 years, rate of interest or 6%. Then we need to find principal value. Okay, we don't have direct formula to find principal value when amount is given. Okay, if they are giving n or simple interest, means we can able to find principal value, but they gave amount here. So what I am going to do, write the formula for A. What is A formula? We know that amount equal to principal plus simple interest. Now in this case, substitute the formula for simple interest. A equal to P plus simple interest formula is PNR by 100. Now both the terms containing P common, so I can take P out. Remaining inside the bracket, you will have 1 plus NR by 100. In the same step, I am substituting the value of A. A value is what? 6,372. Now I am going to substitute the remaining values of N and R also. So 6,372 equal to P of 1 plus NR value 3 into 6 by 100. In this case, I am going to cancel these two, that is 6 and 100 you can cancel. You will get 3 by 50, that is in 2 table I can cancel. Therefore when you are simplifying that inside fraction, you will get 9 by 50. After cross multiplication, that is 1 plus 9 by 50, you will get 50 ones are 50, 50 plus 9, 59 by 50. So 6372 equal to P value 59 by 50. Now I want only P value, therefore I need to transform this 59 by 50 to left side. So you can replace this equation as P equal to 6372 into 50 by 59. So 59 by 50, when transforming to the opposite side, it will become 50 by 59. Now I am going to cancel this. 59 is a prime number. When I am cancelling this, that is when I am dividing this 59 by 6,372, my answer is 108. Okay, for your reference, I am giving you the division also. When I am dividing 6,372 by 59, you will get 108 as your quotient. So 108 multiplying with 50, your answer will be 5,400. So after cancellation, don't forget to multiply with the numerator. 108 is your quotient. When you are multiplying that 108 with your 50, your answer will be 5,400. So this sum is little bit different from the previous sums, because here they give directly amount. So when amount is given and asking us to find a principal value, you need to bring down the formula from amount. So A equal to P plus SI. From that I am deriving PNR by 100, that is I am substituting PNR by 100. From that, substitute all the remaining values except P. Simplify using our regular linear equations method. So after simplifications, I am getting the answer 5,400. So this is the answer for 8th question. Now we will move on to 9th one. If the cost price of 21 copies of a book are the same the selling price of 18 copies of the book, then gain percent. So nothing is given. So again this question moves us to cost price and selling price concept. So we don't have a cost price, we don't have a selling price. The only clue they gave is cost price of 21 copies of your book is equal to selling price of 18 books. So obviously we are getting profit there. Therefore they are asking gain percent. The options are given in terms of mixed only. Almost all the options are given in terms of mixed. So we'll start now. As usual, whenever I don't have any value, I am going to assume it as X. So I am starting with cost price of one book. So cost price of one book is X. Then what about cost price of 18 books? So cost price of 18 books will be 18x, because in question they gave selling price of 18 copies. So selling price of 18 copies is nothing but cost price of 21 copies. So listen carefully, selling price of 18 copies is equal to cost price of 21 copies. So 21 copies cost price will be 21x. Now compare these two. Cost price is 18x, selling price is 21x. Okay, so which is greater? Selling price only greater. How much greater? 3 times, that is 21x. We are getting profit now. So profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. 21x minus 18x equal to 3x. So we got the value now. Using this we are going to find gain percentage. What is the formula for gain percentage? As usual, profit percent equal to profit by CP into 100. So substitute the values, it's very easy. Profit is 3x, cost price is 18x into 100. So make sure that I am substituting the value of 18x only, okay, not 21x. Cost price of 18 books only I am comparing. Therefore cost price of 18 books is 18x. So 3x by 18x into 100. You can cancel the numbers, that is x and x you can cancel. Then you can cancel 3 with 18. How many times? This is 1 time, this is 6 times. Now again you can cancel in 2 table. Here this is 3 times and here it is 50 times. So 50 by 3. After cancellations we are going to represent this in terms of mixed fractions. So you are getting improper there. 50 by 3 we can't cancel further. Therefore I am converting this improper fraction into mixed fraction. So 50 by 3, how many times are there? We know that 16 3s are 48. So 16 3s are 48, remaining 2. 16 2 by 3. If you want to check whether your conversion is correct or not, you know already, you can again convert this into improper. 3 16s are 48, 48 plus 2 50, 50 by 3 percentage. So in this case cost price, selling price are not given. By assuming it as X, I am comparing cost price with selling price of 18 books. My profit will be 3x. Okay, now substitute the values in the profit percentage formula. We are getting the answer for 9th question is 16 2 by 3 percentage. If you have any doubt in these kind of questions, kindly please do comment in the comment section. Okay, question number 10. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. In how many years it will be triple at the same rate of simple interest? So this question seems very interesting. It has 2 parts. In first part the amount gets double after 10 years. In second part it should get triple. We need to find in how many years it will be triple at the same rate of simple interest. The options are given like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years and 23 years. I told this question contains 2 parts. The only clue they gave is in both the part it has same rate of simple interest. So in first case we need to find rate of interest. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. Using this statement I am going to find rate of interest first. So I am going to assume that principal as P, or you can use X also. In first case what they gave, a sum of money doubles itself. Therefore if principal P means amount will be 2P. So we need to find simple interest. We know that simple interest is the difference between amount and principal. So when you are subtracting this, your simple interest will be P. 2P minus P is P. It would be easy if you are using X also as a variable. Now we need to find rate of interest. How to find rate of interest? We know the formula 100 into simple interest by Pn. So substitute the values here. 100 into simple interest by principal into n value. So 100 into simple interest is P by P into n, that is 10 years. In first case they gave 10 years. Therefore 100 into P by P into 10. So you can cancel the numbers. You can cancel P and 10 and 10 you can cancel. Therefore in first case your rate of interest is 10%. So in first case your rate of interest is 10%. Now in second case also we are going to apply same 10% only, because in question they gave in how many years it will be triple at the same rate of simple interest. Now we will move on to the case 2. In case 2, let principal be P. Then what about amount? Amount should be 3P, because in question they mentioned triple, therefore I am assuming it as 3P now. Principal P means amount will be 3P. So in this case your simple interest will be 2P, that is 3P minus P, 2P. Now we are going to find number of years. So n value, how we are going to find? To find n, 100 into simple interest by PR, 100 into SI value, that is simple interest is 2P here, by PR, P value P only, R value same 10%. Whatever we got rate of interest in the first case, same only you are going to substitute in the second case also. Now you can cancel the numbers, PP get cancelled, then 0 got cancelled. So 2 tens are how much? 20 years. So answer for 10th question is 20 years. So this question involving two different cases. In first case the amount gets doubles, in the second case the amount gets triples. So to our convenient we can make use of principal values with the variable there. So principal value P in the first case it will become 2P, whereas in the second case P becomes 3P. Okay, so this is how you are going to apply the attained knowledge while solving our sums. Answer for last question is 20 years. That's all with this video, children. Hope you learnt many new sums on profit, loss, simple interest concepts. The remaining concepts in comparing quantities like compound interest, discount, appreciation, depreciations, these concepts will be covered in the upcoming videos. Till then, stay tuned and do practice. If you like this video, hit like, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get immediate notifications whenever I am coming with new topics. Do comment your doubts. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.